This might sound really complicated to some people, but maybe my audience is quite selective in the people that actually listen to me, because I don't normally do the beginnings of non-duality. I just really hit with like hard non-duality. But I know this is gonna, so this will sound really like profound or shocking for a lot of people that are listening, but some people don't even realize they're thinking. So when I did this carers group, I've told this story quite a few times on here. I did this carers group. My mum used to be a governor for the NHS, and she ran a carers group, and she invited me to give a talk on mindfulness, really. And when I was giving the talk, the audience began to get really angry with me, because I said, because they were telling me about like angry things that happened from the NHS. The NHS is the government healthcare system. So they were saying like injustices. And I was trying to explain to them that that was their perception, that was their thought about the situation. And they got so livid, like really furious with me, because they couldn't perceive that their annoyance with the government healthcare system was a thought and a feeling arising. To them, it was just the way it is. There was no question about them being wrong. It was like a fact. It was a fact that the sky was blue. It was a fact that the NHS is a bad system and had done something terrible to them. And it wasn't like they could be objective and look and say, this is my thought and this is my opinion. They just thought that's the way it was. They couldn't perceive in any other way. And that to me was shocking, because I got into this subject so young. Like I started asking questions in my teens, and then got into spirituality in my late teens, early 20s. But even before that, I'd begun to recognize that I had thoughts and I had opinions on things, and it didn't mean that that was the thing, the object, the way stuff was. So even here now, like the idea that this is a keyboard is simply an idea. Like this is what non-duality does, is it breaks down the thinking mind, and the thinking mind is what creates dualism, which is what creates separation. And it breaks down our predisposition as to what we believe this world is, and what's happening. And you begin to see that things aren't the way you think they are. Life isn't the way you think it is. And that our thinking limits us. Like it's a limitation, our thinking. Like our thinking is quite magical. I do, like I've spoken many times before, I do have a strong, it's not a belief, but I do feel like life works in this dynamic, or this, so I don't know what to call it, story or belief of law of attraction. So if you think lots of things, then that will become your reality. If you feel lots of things, that will become your reality. And we're not even aware on the human level that we are thinking and that we're creating our own realities. But the question is who's creating your own reality, because who is you? And that's where the next part of the talk was what you want, which to me is law of attraction versus not duality, and how they fit together. But I'm going to carry on with non-duality, and this belief in things. So there is what is. So right here there is experiencing, there is what is, there is this moment, and then in that comes and goes thoughts. And then what happens is there is this attachment to thoughts, and we believe we're a thought. So we believe who we actually are, who's looking out of this body is, I am a lawyer, I am a good person, I'm a right person, I'm a tall person, I'm a handsome person, I'm a friendly person, I believe in this, I believe in that, I like shopping, I like blah, and on it goes. And we believe that's who we are, that person is actually sitting and listening. I'm a mother, I'm a father, listening to me speak. Whereas actually that's not who's listening to me speak. There is what is, and what is experiencing itself. You could also call it consciousness, but my problem with consciousness is it does actually go deeper than this concept of consciousness. Like consciousness in a way is a functioning of what is. It's a way that what is, that life, that this mystery is experiencing itself. It uses consciousness in order to experience itself. Like consciousness isn't the source, even though I don't mind calling it the source, as long as you see that consciousness is empty. Like it's not a thing. It's a functioning that arises. But it makes it easier to speak about it. So you could say consciousness is the first thing that has to manifest in this. Like in order for there to be things appearing, there has to be something that experiences it. So there has to be consciousness. And we think as humans that we're conscious and that we're a person. So there is this energy that claims that consciousness and then holds it inside the body and then produces all these thoughts and these ideas like, I am a good person. And it doesn't think I am consciousness, but it thinks I am a good person, and that person is conscious and awake. Whereas actually there is consciousness which is in all things. Consciousness isn't separate from things. Consciousness is all things. So there is this thought that consciousness inside the body, but actually when you explore your experience, you'll realize that consciousness is everywhere. Consciousness isn't contained in something. And this body, it's having an experience from this angle. So this body is being used as a camera in order for consciousness to look through at itself. But it's not somebody that's conscious. If there is no consciousness, there are no things. Like consciousness is the basic thing that needs to appear in order for life to happen. So like just ask yourself, can you experience without consciousness? Can you experience what's happening without consciousness? And the answer is no. Consciousness is the base thing. But actually, as you get into this subject, there is a deeper, you can go deeper than consciousness. You can you see that behind consciousness there is absolute mystery. Like who is conscious in the end is this mystery, but that mystery is you. It's like you can't actually look at yourself. It's that which is looking out. It's that which is experiencing. It's using consciousness as a functioning in order to experience itself. And it is all things it experiences. Very hard to talk about. I'm trying my best. If this is sounding really like goo goo gaga, like really confusing, just stick with it. Just listen to more of my videos and keep listening, and then maybe over time you'll begin to get a sense of what I'm talking about. But it's super complex. It's like, I remember once I was doing this talk and somebody was like, could we have more clarity please? And I was like, I'm trying. I am trying. It's not easy to talk about. Like basically what I can do is I can only point to something. I can't actually say it in words because certain words are moving and they're not actually what is. They're appearing in what is, but they can't actually talk about what is because they're gone, they're gone, they're gone. And then here we are. This is what is here. And then the words have gone. See, they went, they're gone, gone, gone.